This weekend I see you liberating yourself from a situation that you have felt tethered to. Or there is an invitation to liberate yourself through a change of perspective, because maybe you've been doing things the same way for a long time, or you're dealing with someone who is just keeps doing the same thing expecting different results, but it's like always the same, and it's not really what they're wanting. And I see you breaking free from this, or being invited to, and healing by exposing the truth of something. The card that's being used to represent your energy this weekend is actually the Moon card. There's a lot here that there's a lot of fear. So actually you could be dealing with someone who is in a lot of fear, and the thing they're most afraid of is healing and losing control. And so to feel safe in the world, they stay in this prison of thought. And it's very difficult for them to open up and see things in a different way. The opportunity is there, but I don't know. The Eight of Swords is actually a really interesting card. If you can see, this woman feels very stuck. But this prison, there's like not even really walls here. This person could liberate themselves from this prison of thought if they just take off the blindfold and see something as it is, not as the illusion that is being presented to them. And I feel like the path to escaping the situation is actually connecting to their heart, their intuition, their inner self. The song that my guides want me to use to represent this person's energy is actually Accentuate the Positive by Bing Crosby, and the lyrics go like this. Oh, listen to me, children, and you will hear about eliminating the negative and accent on the positive, and gather around me, children, if you're willing, and sit tight while I start reviewing the attitude of doing right. So this could be your parent, and it's almost like they see healing as, like, if you look at something that needs healing and you address it and you say, hey, we've got a problem here and we need to work on this thing, or we're going to drop this illusion and we're going to live more real, more true, more honest. I feel like that person, because they're afraid to heal, will label that, like you saying that, as a negative thing. Which is strange, because it's actually totally the opposite of that. It's like, that's the most positive thing you could do, is acknowledge what's misaligned and fix it, right? But this parental figure is like, no, stop being so negative. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to rearrange. There's nothing, mostly because they want to have control over this whole situation, and healing is scary, and healing requires you to step into the unknown and release all control. It's one of the scariest things I've ever done in my life, so I actually understand where they're coming from. But I feel like what makes this a little bit toxic and difficult is because this person spends a lot of their time judging people. It's like their full-time job. Stalking people online, even. This may be an older female, but it's like they judge people from their limited view, from an illusion, a lens that has an illusion, and from a place of not wanting to see new perspectives, not wanting to release themselves from a toxic belief or idea. And so that's the energy I see you dealing with. Now, where I'm seeing you coming from is so incredibly beautiful. I feel like you have a really beautiful connection with the divine, with your higher power, whatever you want to call it, your higher self, God, the universe, your spirit guides. They're all the same thing. But anyways, and I feel like because of that, you see this person from a higher perspective. You acknowledge and recognize their fear of healing, their fear of walking in a walking away from an illusion and stepping into truth, and their fear of trusting the divine and stepping into the unknown. I feel like you understand all of it. And you also understand, and if you don't, this reading is an invitation for you to see them in this way. And also, you understand that they're judging everyone comes from fear as well. And the song that my guides want me to use to represent your energy is actually Bring Him Home from the musical Les Mis. And the lyrics go like this: he is young, he's afraid, let him rest, heaven blessed, bring him home. And I feel like, yeah, your greatest wish for this person, because it's like in their spiritual progression, in their path to awakening, they're very young. This may be an older person, right? But in the realm of their evolution, let's say, they're very young. Maybe because they've been in this fear for a very long time, and it's kept them stuck for a very long time. So they got stunted somewhere. And I feel like your greatest wish for them is for them to be surrounded by divine love and support. And your greatest wish is for that divine love and support to help guide them back home to themselves. It's really beautiful. This person may have judged you, actually. They may have done really cruel things to you, even. And if that is the case, your guides are encouraging you to love them anyway. You may have to set boundaries with this person. You may need to... I don't know what you need to do here, because it feels like they put themselves in a teacher position, like, listen, children, I got something to tell you. This doesn't even have to be a parent. This could be a spiritual teacher of some kind, or something like this. Like, let me tell you what's going on. I know what's best. Stop wanting to heal, because that means we're focusing on negative things and whatever. They may have put themselves in that position above other people when really they are so young and afraid, and believing in and operating under an illusion. And because of that, though, your guides are encouraging you to love them anyway. Set boundaries where they're needed. Love them anyway. And stay very connected to the divine light that's guiding you, because you are actually a leader. In this, you are a leader and you are a light for those around you. The energy of your connection, man, we had like half the deck fly out here. So we have the Five of Swords, the 10 of Cups, and the Ace of Swords, 3 of Cups, the Empress card, and the 7 of Cups. And what I'm seeing here is there's a lot of manipulation, gaslighting, deceit within the whole situation you are in with this person. And it's like you're coming through to tell the truth. And they may not like that. And they may... it's like this person wants to remain chained to the rhythm. That's my song by Katy Perry for this song, Chained to the Rhythm. So comfortable living in a bubble, we can't see the trouble. This person wants to stay comfortable in their bubble, and they don't want to look at the trouble. So if you come through and you're sharing truth or whatever, they're going to be like, no, that is not real. That is not true. Okay, we're fine. Everything's fine. And we're just going to stay comfortable in the bubble, dancing to the distortion. These are all lyrics from the song. As long as I can be comfortable where I'm sitting, and I can still feel like the queen or the king of my world, and I don't have to heal anything, I don't have to change anything, I don't have to be afraid of anything, because I rule this world and I know what's going on. So there may be some of you here who are my Mormon ex-Mormon followers. If so, hello, I'm so happy you're here. And if that is the case, they want me to share a video in this reading specifically for whatever's going on here. If you're not a part of that community, you can just swipe on. But before you go or before you stay, I wanted to share the oracle card with you. It's called Blacksmith, number 39, and it says care and protection. A blacksmith is someone who is dedicated to forging pieces of iron or steel. To do this, the blacksmith uses fire, and when the piece is hot enough, he manipulates it to give it a specific shape. If the blacksmith gets distracted or allows the piece to cool without having given it a shape, the shape he is looking for, then the piece does not materialize as originally planned. Today, your ideas, projects, or relationships are at a stage where they require your attention. If you want to see them materialize or develop, take care of them and energize them, because just like a piece of iron or steel, they can take an unwanted shape if you take your attention away from them or leave them in the wrong hands. For these ideas, projects, and relationships to work, you need to devote time and energy to them. My son is practicing his songs. Sorry. Do not let go or leave your ideas or projects out in the open. Take them by the hand until they are more mature and begin to walk. They need your push to take off and take shape. With respect to relationships, both with others and with yourself, care and attention are necessary at all times. A relationship is built day by day, so it is important to remember this on a daily basis. Become aware of your attention and care. Become aware of the attention and care you are devoting to the ideas, projects, and relationships you want to maintain in your life, and change your behaviors that divert you from them. The blacksmith's piece of steel is getting cold. Does it already have the shape you require? So that is interesting. Take that as it resonates. I'm going to go sing with my boy. I'm going to play the video that my guys wanted me to include. I hope this was helpful, and we'll talk to you next time.
So I just woke up and took the kids to school, but sometimes I gotta speak things when I think them, otherwise I forget. And what I'm thinking about this morning is that yesterday I was talking to someone dear to my heart, and he was explaining how difficult it has been to wake up to how damaging the church is, and to how much it has lied to him in his life, because it was the last thing he could trust. He went through so much as a child, and he turned to the church as an adult in an effort to heal and to find something he could finally trust. And so the damage there has been profound. And I was talking to him about it yesterday. We were crying about it. It was so sad. And I totally understand, because I went through the same thing. Anyways, I guess with this on my mind, I went to sleep last night and I had a dream. And in the dream, I was standing in the back of a chapel. And this girl was bearing her testimony about how beautiful the church is, and how much it gave her purpose, and how much she is giving her heart to it, and how grateful she is that it has healed her brokenness. And I was in the back, looking through this door, and I was crying. I was crying so hard, because I know what that feels like. I know what she's saying. I know what it means to give your heart, your life, your purpose, your soul to an organization, because that's what I did. And in the dream, I felt this huge sorrow, and then I found myself walking towards the front of the chapel to bear my testimony, because I had something to say, and I wanted to say it to that congregation. And then I woke up, and the thing that I want to say, I'm giving myself space here to say, is that the truth is more beautiful than the lie. You were actually always whole. You were actually always perfect. The truth is that you never needed an organization to tell you what your purpose is, to tell you who you are, even to tell you who the divine is. The divine lives within you. You are a spark of the divine. You are holy. You church claims to have created came from their people, from their money, from their hearts, from their service, from their care. The people are, anything great in the church came from them. And when you leave the church, you don't leave the beautiful things that you created, that you are, that you experienced. The church doesn't own those things. You own those things. You created those moments. That came from you. Those things came from your heart, your spirit, your soul. And we can experience so much loss when we leave. We can feel like there's this gaping hole and a wound that we need to figure out how to fill. But I want you to know that we are stepping into something more expansive, more true, more complete, more honest, more happy, more light, more caring, more conscious. And there's no better place to be. Give yourself time and space and allow yourself to open your heart. You will be amazed that the world you always were taught is so dark and so evil and so bad. You'll have an opportunity to see how beautiful it actually is. And you'll have the opportunity to see how beautiful it is to be who you are and to show up as you came here to be in that beautiful world. And you'll be able to see the divine orchestration of all that you've been through, even this hard, difficult trauma. You are not some broken being that needs something outside of you to heal. You are actually a healer. And what you came to learn and to go through in this life, and what you choose to heal within yourself, becomes your medicine to the world. And I'm so excited for you to discover what that is. I'm so excited